All right, guys, this is week 1, episode 3. Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to be making this little pocket booklet. The only thing I'm going to change from the prototype to what we actually do is I'm only going to do a 1/4 inch round here instead of the 1/2 inch, because I always forget that my 1/2 inch is a little weird. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I did do a lot of the pre-work because it was already like, it's going to be a long process as far as like getting everything set. So your base is going to be 7 inches by 4 inches. And then your booklet pieces, oh, I should say, we're going to make a paper clip to go over the top of that, I think. Because then I think it's going to be a side tuck with a paper clip, I think. Anyway, if that ends up not being it might, well, we could take a paper clip from this side too. So either way, it's a win. So, and then these pieces here, I think I used 3 sheets of paper, and those are 5.5 by 3 3/4. Right? Did that right? Yeah, 3 3/4. So I'm going to take these and set them aside so they're not in our way while we're building. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope your week went well. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that mine did. It seems to be getting better and better. Oh shoot, I do need to be a little more precise on this one. Okay, so here, and the crease can't go past that because that fits our thing. So really our pocket is like 4 inches wide, and then you use, so if you're doing like a scoreboard, you would score it at 4 inches, which would probably be easier if I did that. But you know, your girl didn't think ahead, and it's still kind of in the process of craft room stuff. So I haven't actually gotten any more time to work on my craft room, so no tours yet. I know, Laura, you want a tour, but it's definitely not ready for that. I am just barely like operational for the challenge. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely messy, and it's definitely not as pretty as Lori's studio area. If you guys aren't already following Lori Edwards, you should probably go do that, because she's all things vintage. Like, she has the coolest, like, oh, I forget what they call it. I would call it depression glass, but I'm sure it's not that. But it's like that white bubble glass. It's gorgeous. Yeah, she's got a beautiful place to craft there. But yeah, I can't, I will never be that put together. I've been kind of taking stuff, like old stuff that we're never going to use again, either donating it or like it's all dried out, then getting it thrown away, and just making more space, because eventually we want to get the kids back here and get Grace a sewing table set up, because that girl loves to quilt. So yeah, I want to get the rest of it all set up, because the way I set up my craft space now is very reminiscent. Oh shoot, oh no, I did do it right. Okay, I thought I used the 1/2 inch again. I was like, no. Girl, what are you doing? So, and again, I'm using my stencil. It'll primarily probably be this stencil I use the whole crafting time, this whole season. If you guys were like following Gail Augustinelli, like from the very beginning, like, I don't know, what's that, 7, 8 years ago, maybe? If you were following her clear back then you'll remember before she had the majority of her basement to work in, she was kind of in a, like, kind of more of like a square type, area, or like the back half of the basement or whatever. Like, that's what it looked like anyways. Gail, if you're watching, like, you can clarify in the comments if you'd like what it was, or what like the square footage it was or whatever. But that's kind of how I've created my crafting studio now. It's like this table, and then there's a vintage dresser just to the left of me, and that's where I've put, like, for right now, like the doilies is kind of like just like an extra crafting space holder, if you will. And then further back, I started my bookcases. And then, like, behind me is my desk. It's not really old. I mean, it is old, but it's like 20-year-old desk that I took the top off of, and just used the bottom. And I use that for my sewing desk because it's got like drawers and a pretty big top for me to sew different things on. And then to the right is the thing I used to use as my recording desk. I don't know, many moons ago, before I got this like wood table, it was literally like 2 bookcases, like those short ones, the 9 cube ones. And then I got a piece of the laminated wood at Home Depot, and it was like 25 bucks. So all total, it was like a $60 desk, and it was pretty big. I mean, it's like probably 2 feet wide at least, and 4 feet long. So I mean, it did pretty good, and it was white. I'm sure some of you guys remember that, like way back in the day. Gosh, that was like the first year or 2 that I had the channel. I'm trying to remember when I got this desk. That was actually one of the nicer things that my ex bought me for Christmas one year, that he like listened to, like actually heard what I was saying. Mostly I think because like we went to the store and bought it together. And I think, did I round? I did round those. So yeah, I'm trying to remember when I got that. Anyways, doesn't really matter. It's in the past. But yeah, so that white piece and the bookshelves are to the right of me this time, where when I was out in the living room, it was to the left. So just a little bit, I like it that way a little bit more, because I tend to keep everything to the left more cleared off, because when I'm sorry, off to the right, because when I'm done filming and things are wet, then I have an area for them to dry at. So yeah, that was a short story created long. It's a good thing you girls like sticking with me. And I don't have room for one of my carts over here right now, because I got 2 of the carts like shoved underneath that white piece. And I need to move one of them to the left of my legs. One can stay underneath there, and then one I usually keep like literally, like if I turn just a little bit, right behind me. I need to get my keystring gear, because the lace one is underneath, like way underneath there. Oh, those dogs are barking at something. Hopefully Grace hears them and goes out and checks to make sure it's not like a skunk, because that was the other night. They were yapping at a skunk, and I was like, I smell something. And we got them brought in before they got a mouthful of skunk. Hey, Gracie. I know she hears me back here. And then I'm just using my little awl here. Can you go check to see what those heathens are up to? Make sure it's not a skunk they're barking at. Probably barking at the air, but it could be a fart squirrel. Do you remember that meme? Did you see that? It was so funny. So there's a meme on Facebook, and I laugh so hard. It's got a picture of a skunk, and it says, "Yeah, don't bother the fart squirrel or something, or leave the fart squirrel alone." Do you get it? Because they kind of look like squirrels, but they're stinky. I don't know. I appreciate goofy humor. Yeah, it's probably the air, but you know. All right, so then we're just going to put this booklet in. And we're getting close to having the third pocket wrapped up. Yeah, see what I mean? We got to work kind of quickly, right? Because 15 minutes, while it seems like it might be a long time most of the time, sometimes, sadly, it is not. And especially when your girl's talking. Oh, shoot. You know what? I forgot to ink. Oh, well. Oh, well. We're just rolling with it. I cannot believe we are now closer to Christmas than we are to the start of this year. It just shocks me sometimes how fast time really actually does go. Like, you know, it seems like it takes forever to get from like 0 to 10, right? And then once you hit like 25, I mean, time just like goes crazy. I know Bo was talking the other day that he like just feels like he's behind in life or something. And I was like, you're so not. Like, I mean, by the time I was his age, or not quite, I was a little older than he is now, but I already had like 2 kids and, yeah, I was like, and I've thoroughly enjoyed motherhood, no doubt about that. I don't know if I feel like we should have waited a few more years, given ourselves some more maturity. But yeah, I was pregnant and had Bo by the time I was 23. Or I just turned 23, I think. No, I just turned 24. So I mean, that's not too crazy. And then I had Grace by the time right before my 27th birthday. So I guess not too much, right? Or was it 26? 23 and 26, maybe. Anyways, he was born in 2000 and she was in 2003. So I was born in 76. So that's 4, 90, 2000. So 24 and 27, like almost 27. That seems to fit. So I mean, I guess not too awful old, but I mean, like I said, I've enjoyed being a mom. I just wonder sometimes if I had been an older mom, would I have been more patient with them when they were little? But then I think, well, sometimes you need your youth to run with these kiddos. Okay, last one to thread or bind, I guess. My goodness, she's not getting them settled down. $1 million question is, did she even go out and check? I have no idea why I'm so tired all of a sudden. It's probably because I ate, because I've been actually, I hesitate to say dieting, because not really, like I'm not like strict, but I've definitely cut a lot of the things out of my diet again. Because let me tell you, menopause has not been kind to my waistline. And I've been working out. This will be 6 weeks, right? Entering 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. Doesn't really matter, but I'm feeling like way stronger, but the scale's not moving anywhere, which I knew it wouldn't for a while, because like when you're lifting weights and stuff, you muscle way more than fat, but that doesn't stop me from like wanting to get on the scale every 10 minutes. Did I lose a pound? Did I lose a pound? Right? I think we all kind of do that. At least I hope it's not just me. think I'll wait to ink that outside, so we're inking all of it at once after we get the doily on. Let's do the insides. And if you ever hear me say, okay, I'll just ink the rest of this later, tell me, no, you won't. You're gonna go back, you're gonna re-ink it now. Oh my gosh, especially getting to like week 4 and 5, it gets kind of tedious as far as like how many pieces of ephemera we're making. And sometimes I feel guilty that we're taking too long on video. And so I'll go to ink it later, and then I end up having to ink it on camera anyways because I had forgotten to go back and re-ink all that. So, all that to say, please keep me in line, kids. I don't know if I got another 3 videos in me tonight. It might have to be like a Tuesday night thing, because I have to be in early these days, earlier than I was going in, so I have to go to bed every bit of like 9:30 at the latest, and even then I'm getting kind of not quite enough sleep, but I'm learning a lot, so I love that. Kids, we're almost there. Just a couple more sides to ink. All right, we are closing in. My hands need a good wash. Oh. But show of hands, who's done that before? Pushing on my lid, trying to get more ink. Oh, golly. Yeah, I think more and more. Grace and I were at Sam's earlier, which for those of you out of the country, that's kind of like a wholesale food place, where you get deals on like bulk food and stuff, but their like bags of lettuce and stuff are like super cheap. It's like $3 for something that costs like almost $8 at a regular grocery store. So, and it's still like fresh stuff. It's not like a bargain store. I mean, it is, but it's like anyways, it doesn't matter. I forgot why I started telling you that. No longer remember. So I'll get back to that whenever I think of it. Oh, I was in there and we were shopping, and I was like, I wonder, I remember that journal I made a couple years ago, and it had the cutest little like pinks and tans and stuff in it, and blues. I'm gonna probably use that. So yeah, TBD. Yeah, so now we have 4 little booklet pockets. All right, guys, thanks for joining me in this episode, this first little episode of, I guess, 3rd episode of the challenge, and I will just see you next week. Bye, guys.